Hello and welcome to the Decibel Boost Podcast, the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution. I'm your host, Robert, and this is the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Oh wait, that's a different show. And with me, I have...
I'm Alex, here to remind you that nobody likes roasted nuts.
And...
I'm Mark, and here's this big Toblerone.
Oh boy!
Oh.
How big are we talking here? Because, I do like my Toblerone. It's pretty big.
It's pretty big. And very big and stiff.
Well, you know what, Rob?
What?
You don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Well, you know what? I don't have to worry about that because, communism forever.
Oh, God. Yokio.
That was the best moment of the show, though, because the idea of an America ruled by communism sexually arouses me. Sexual! But yeah, back in the groove for episode 52. So now there's exactly as many episodes of this podcast as there are weeks in a year. Well, that aren't leap years.
Yeah.
Who's counting?
Well, I have to. I mean, I have, like, a hard drive with all this files and shit here. Which, by the way, the video files for this podcast, combined with all the audio files I have for the first year or so of episodes, that takes up at least 300 gigs of a 500 gigabyte, like, hard drive.
Ooh.
Well, shit.
Then again, maybe that's what I get for not deleting the Audacity project files. Seriously, those are fucking data eaters. Holy shit.
Yeah, they are.
That's when you gotta upgrade to an X-Ray server.
The fuck is... That sounds like some fucking nerd Overwatch shit or whatever.
Well, you wouldn't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, you're right. I'm behind on the times. I still don't have an external Blu-ray player for a fucking computer laptop or whatever.
Even I have that, and I have a Mac.
Well, see, that's because you're the tech nerd here.
I'm just broke.
And Mark's
We're all broke.
So, anyway, how have y'all been doing this past week?
Doing alright. Getting some good days off in between work weeks. Going back to work later this week. Started playing up Pokemon Soul Silver again. Started a new run of that. Going pretty well. My football teams didn't do so well on Sunday, though, which I'm kind of bummed about, but hey, nobody was paying attention to that. They were paying attention to all the protests, which, seriously, you have to be pretty fucking stupid to not realize it's a protest of police brutality and racial inequality. Isn't that right, President Clown Shoes?
I mean, what do you expect? He has the attention span of a goldfish.
Like, you have all these...
Don't be insulting goldfish like that.
You have all of these people going, this is a protest against the flag and the troops and the anthem and America. Like, no, it's fucking not. Open your eyes and pay attention. Although, then again, nowadays, I guess police brutality and racial inequality is as American as football.
Yeah, the sport full of wife beaters and steroid users and shit.
Yes. So how dare the black men who play football for our enjoyment decide to take a knee and protest, bigotry.
Yeah, how dare they take advantage of this long-standing, proud tradition of ours that dates all the way back to 2009 because of government payroll on, NFL funding this shit. Bet you all forgot about that, didn't ya?
We're all gonna die, aren't we?
Probably. What about you, Mark?
And somebody help Puerto Rico! I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that
help Puerto
too.
Rico.
Yeah.
And probably Mexico. I think they're still reeling from the earthquake and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, how about you, man?
And so far, I ain't got nothing. This week's been, just, the usual shit.
Yeah, I do have one bit of very good news, though, that I would like to report. Turns out that I've actually been accepted as a DJ intern at my college's radio station.
Yo!
Very nice.
Yeah, now I just have to go through all the paperwork before they can fully let me within the studios and shit, because obviously there'll be the handling of very sensitive equipment, but Man, I am psyched. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be some fun.
So, on your first day on the job, are you going to play some of Cal Chester's mixtapes?
Oh, dude, I'm playing his fucking remix of Panda with Filthy Frank and No Fuckers. The college radio airwaves need to know about how Filthy Frank would have sex with Percy from Thomas the Tank Engine. And that Thomas the Tank Engine rhymes with Thomas the Tank Engine. That song, I gotta tell you, the rhymes in that song are too unrealistically good for someone like Cal to have ever written them. Especially, I keep it 300, call it sudden death, with the fucking Smash Bros. Melee sound effect. No fucking way Cal would ever be smart enough to come up with that line.
Yeah, he's still more sensible and legible than the fucking designer.
Well, that's...
Oh, I'm sorry, designer.
Well, I mean, that's not exactly a tough bar to clear. By the way, Fantano, when are you gonna give the people what they want and give Cal his own channel? Screw that as the plan. Screw your Fantano channel. We need the Cal channel.
Yeah, get rid of Mr. List. Nobody likes him. We want to see Cal take the spotlight again, and not just for that one episode of that one MTV Hive show from like 5 years ago.
Wait, what?
Wait, huh?
I'll explain later.
Yeah, because we got some music that we gotta get into. A pretty, sizable playlist here. And, as always, there will be a playlist of the songs that we are about to discuss down in the description. So if you want to follow along with us and know what the hell we're talking about, go right the hell on ahead and click down there. And, of course, we have to open with some bullshit from a band that I didn't even realize was still around. And that is, of course, Asking Alexandria. Remember them? They had that one song that was kind of popular in, like, 2011 or whatever. Then everyone forgot about them. Their singer went to do a country project or some shit. Now he's back in the band now for some reason. Apparently they got a new album coming out December 15th. See, this is how you know no one gives a shit about Asking Alexandria anymore. They're dropping it during the second half of the last month of the year. Ain't nobody gonna be listening to that shit. Or maybe that's just the studio recognizing that they got a dud on their hands. Which, by the way, why, Sumerian? Why? But yeah, there's this song called Into the Fire, and do you like cheap imitations of quality products like gent music that just take the big, loud, slamming, aggressive tones and literally nothing else, like the tight songwriting and instrumental interplay? Do you like a song that sounds like it should be on one of those buzz cuts compilations that you see when you're watching Comedy Central at fucking 3 in the morning? Well, this is the song for you. And that's literally all I have to say.
God. Fucking Asking Alexandria. They are the mallcore laughingstock of metal. Now they've turned into, well, like you said, generic ripoff of Gent with a little bit of active rock in there. I have nothing much to say other than, wow, this has some major suctitude over it. Oh, and I don't have much to say about the video other than, hey, you managed to copy the aesthetic appeal of Sin City. Good job. Here's a fucking cookie.
Except without any of the quality. So instead, it's like watching Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
Oh!
Yeah.
Take that, Frank Miller.
Remember that movie? I bet all 5 of you don't. But now moving on to something that's active rock, but at least kind of has some fun to it. You want to carry this one, Alex?
Yes, I would. Now, Jared Dines is a man of many labels. He's the drummer of Rest Repose. He has his own YouTube channel. His YouTube plaque cites him as Rob Scallon. That's still funny to me. And now he's decided to start up a new project. Mostly because, I guess, Rest Repose is taking a break in between albums and or tours. This one entitled Daddy Rock, which he's hooked up with former Rest Repose singer and one of his close friends, Vince Mendes, with a couple other guys, Tony Capocci on bass and Damian Ward on drums, with Jared Dines, of course, being on guitar, because that's what he does. And they put out 2 songs. in the past couple days. The second being a cover of that Post Malone 21 Savage song Rockstar, you know, the one that goes, I've been fucking nosing, popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. That one. And also an original song entitled Raise a Glass, which is an interesting combination of party rock and dad rock with a little bit of coolness to it because, well, it's Jared Dines. And the video is even cooler because you have a whole bunch of people partying in what I assume is Jared's garage, all of whom are drinking Capri Sun pouches, which that's kind of funny to me. There's a stripper pole in there, a guy in an Elmo suit. Jared Dines is in this, like, pink, like, Snuggie thing with his little Squire Stratocaster just shredding all over the place. It's a fun time all around. Makes you want to, get up and party!
Yeah, this is definitely some dad rock out the ass. Oh boy, get your chewing tobacco, get your highly suspect CDs, and, I don't know, other things. Yeah, this,
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun too. The video, I don't know if y'all remember, I forget the exact name of the song, but it's that one Ninja Sex Party video where they, like, throw a house party, but barely any people come, and then Ninja Brian destroys it with his mind powers. It's like that video if there was actually a party there. As for the song itself, it kind of sounds like Velvet Revolver, but with more shred thrown in. Man, it's been forever since I've listened to Velvet Revolver. How the hell do I still remember that? God damn. But, I mean, it's okay, I guess, you know. Dad rock is still not wholly my thing, but maybe once I get to 10 years later down the road, I'll think this is like the greatest thing ever. But now, moving on to the next song on the list, sort of a bit of a prelude to the Adult Swim portion of the broadcast. I remember way back when, the series Off the Air, you know, the shit that airs at like 3 in the morning, they did a New Year's Eve special back in 2015, and the very opening song of that was a song by this group called Sound of Ceres, and it made for a pretty interesting, like, sort of ambient, lush kind of electro-pop tune, you know, just to sync with this weird image of, like, these cubes and dodecahedrons fucking exploding and bursting out into, you know, weird other shapes. And their first album came out like a few months after, and it was alright. Not one of my favorite things that year, but solid enough. And now, the group has announced their sophomore effort, The Twin, due out October 6th. And they released like fucking 3 or 4 songs, I think, so far. I only managed to catch this one song here, which I got the fucking name wrong in my original notes, and I got it wrong trying to correct it again, but let it be said, for the record, the song we are talking about here is called Humaniora. That is the second of the 4 songs, I believe. And as for this one, it's kind of more the same of Sound of Ceres. You know, it's a very lush, pretty sounding song, a lot of very shimmering synths, electronics, and of course the vocals are very, you know, ambient and fucking reverb heavy as shit. Like, if you're looking for some nice, dreamy sounding tunes, and this is definitely the kind of thing that'll, you know, whet your appetite, but if you're looking for some kind of upgrade from the first album, then, you're not really gonna find much new here. I guess I'm the only one that has any opinions on this, then.
Yes, you are. I got nothing to say.
So now let's
blank.
So now let's move on to the main Adult Swim portion of the broadcast, starting, of course, with the past week's Adult Swim single. This from a upcoming post-hardcore band called Super Unison, who I believe are signees of Death Wish, so that definitely piqued my curiosity. With a new track called Orchid. This follows up their debut album, which I believe came out last year. And judging from this song, man, I actually really want to check out that album now, because this is one of the first songs from the Adult Swim singles I've heard in a while that really just, like, got me. The style from this one, it's a very kind of 90s grungy, sort of hardcore-ish kind of sound. Like, think of something like Sonic Youth with more of a hardcore edge to it, or like Diarrhea Planet but with like more screams. Like, you listen to those very lush chorus-laden guitars, those vocals kind of like just singing at you almost like from the back of the room, and that really kind of almost groovish kind of middle segment, which eventually gives way to more harsh screamed vocals. And the vocals on here, she sounds really good on this. This is like, it's a very almost kind of like an aggressive kind of dreamscape. Like, the chorus effect makes it sound very dreamy, but then like it just hits hard as you're listening to it. This is some fine shit.
Pretty solid garage rock all around here, and I'm actually digging those grungy guitar tones they got going on there. Very twangy in parts.
It's just so good. So, yeah, you gotta make a note of that to actually listen to that album. And now, of course, we move on to page number 7 of MF Doom's Missing Notebook Rhymes, which, of course, is a number behind, so technically it's Notebook 06. Look, what do you want from me? I didn't come up with the naming on this thing.
And like the last track, wow, this is short. And I mean, it's like 70 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, well, not blink and miss. It's more like a kind of blink and miss. But yeah, those are the songs produced by Gennaro Jarrell, which he worked with Doom before when they did the whole JJ Doom project a long time ago, which I remember. Because I will say the song starts like he was rapping, but then got interrupted, or the beat just stopped. Like that one, like the minute it starts, like you go like I wanna, then and of course here it's like he basically just talks a bunch of trash ass rappers with his own bizarre ass bars and shit. The Doom way.
Yeah, it almost kind of sounds like it's a bit of like a scratch recording almost. Like, it starts off like that, but then it's like, well, hold up, man, I gotta do another take. Okay, let's start it up again. Yeah. And yeah, now I think about it, I'm pretty sure this song is exactly the same length as that Earl Sweatshirt Adult Swim single from last year.
I think so.
Like, maybe only by a difference of like 3 seconds. But I mean, solid tune, I suppose, but man, this is a short sampling of Doom. When are we gonna get more meaty samples of Doom, man? I mean, you're the guy who made an album called Food, so shouldn't you be packing more meat into these songs? Like a meaty sandwich or something? A sandwich that's as tall as my microphone. Let's go with that. And so that would be the end of this portion usually. But it appears Mr. Jason DeMarco-san has dropped another bit of a surprise. So, to add on to more of the music stuff that Adult Swim is putting out, on top of IDK-related project coming out sometime later this week, it appears that they are putting out an EP from an electronic artist named Dark Zero, or Darko. I assume the zero is just there for stylistic reasons. It's called Xenotype, and it's coming out next Monday, in fact. And so he shared the song, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is it like Qarin? No, that's not how you spell it. Qarin, like the chick from Chibi Vampire.
No, I don't think that's how you say it.
Are you sure? He could always be a weeaboo, and we never know.
Qarin, maybe?
I don't fucking know.
But yeah, there's always there. I'm always interested to see what they have in their sleeve. They can always surprise you. And this one, oh boy, was this a surprise. And I mean that in a good way, of course. So it opens up like right away with this kind of swelling, very vast, sweeping kind of techno melody. No electronics. It just kind of like loops on for a while, like for about almost 2 minutes or so. But then there's a point like somewhere at like a minute 45 where it sort of fades back into the background, but then it pushes like a different melody like 30 seconds later, and it's kind of an interesting tonal shift. And once it gets to about like the 3-minute mark, because this is like a 5-minute or so song, that's when like the drums finally pump in, and the actual melody is this really weird, very sounding kind of thing. I almost want to say it's like if One O Tricks Point Never and Rusty ever like collabed on a track together, especially with like this really distorted, warbled bass sound. It's almost kind of like techno or trance, but also something more than that, like more cinematic. It's very good. Like, this is just so amazing sounding. Good on you, Dark Zero. I will have to keep an ear out for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the track is very solid. I do like the build up. I do like the build up. It went from from the first 2 minutes for the first 2 minutes of the track, and then when we get 3 minutes in, it's like it's built. I like the build up of this. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty damn good, and to me, it sort of sounds like an amalgamation or a blending of different styles. Like there's a little bit of dancehall, a little bit of EDM, a little bit of trap, a little bit of dubstep, sort of blending in. And
All the spices.
Yeah, and it really gives a very unique sound, which it starts off fairly chill and ambient, and then it goes to the second half with some more intensity into the beats. Yeah, I like this. I want more of it, please.
Well, we'll have more on October 2nd, so keep your ears out, kids.
Thank you, Jason DeMarco, and tell the Fooly Cooly producers, bring back Kari Walgren!
Dude, what makes you think they're not going to?
You never know.
Don't doubt them. I mean, they got the pillows. They're gonna get Kari Walgren. But anyway, moving on. That concludes the Adult Swim portion for the night. So, moving on to Mr. I'm not even gonna do the dub name. I'll just validate his weird name of choice. Dolla Sign.
Yes. I remember last time we talked about a joint from him like a couple of weeks ago, and new album coming out called Beach House 3. We just now got a date, October 27th.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude got 2 new tracks out. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna get the first one. Called Medicine in a Bottle, and this song we'll say it's a very slow moving R&B sounding type song, which is a very relaxing type of beat. It's mostly about I think he's sitting there relaxing and getting drunk, hanging with some girl and all that shit. He's also so fucked up and shit. Basically, it's like it's not them. Anyone's talking about it's like it's a decent song. I say it's like a very okay. Like, it's an okay chill song. I can listen to maybe once or twice.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's okay. It just sounds like some loungy beach thing, and unfortunately not a cover of the classic Police song "Message in a Bottle," but just rapping.
Yeah. However, the other track he got, it's just called Dawson's Breek, which I gotta figure. I forgot the time Dawson and YG hang out a lot, because I'm thinking he doing the thing that he replaces the C word would be in it. Like Breek, Battle, Bull Bomb, Elective, like that type of shit, because he had blood. So yeah, this track, Boston's Breek, also features Jeremiah and produced by your drummers, Mike Will made it.
Hang on, you're saying it wrong. It's Mike Will made it.
AKA the richest producer alive right now, thanks to Humble and DNA.
That is true.
Seriously, how much money has he made off those 2 songs alone?
I guess we might. Yeah, I guess. It'll be a lot. It'll be a lot. I mean, I don't. But I like Humble and DNA. His production style here is very not that good. Like, at first it started up with this whole warbling sound. I figured, this sounds interesting. This might be good. Then when it gets to the beat, it's like, it's really kind of some bland trap shit. When not trap, but more like kind of like this bland 808 sort of shit. It was like, I ain't feeling this beat all that much. And then all songs just a bunch of flossing and shit, like I got a brand new coupe, got a Rari, got a new boo, all that shit. And I don't know what Jeremiah's trying to rap, but I don't know who almost sound like he's trying to sound like either Uzi Vert or Playboy Cardi, which he doesn't like. Yeah, that it didn't work like at all.
All I have to say is, oh boy, this sounds like a Mike Will Made It song, all right. Man, where's this guy? This guy has produced like the same beat like 27 times over, and I don't know. Seriously, this guy makes so much money for doing the same thing over and over again. He's like the cast of The Big Bang Theory. And he's exactly as funny, too. Young Sheldon tonight on ABC.
No.
Okay,
It's bad enough my mother's making me record it for her. Don't bring this into the show ever again. You hear me?
Hey, I'm the host, buddy. If I want to torture y'all with bullshit, there's nothing you can do to stop me. In fact, I'm going to mail you a bottle of The Last Dab and force you to eat it on the recording.
You can't force me to do shit, motherfucker.
Okay, guess I'll have to find another co-host then. Maybe Jonathan Paula or Riley McElwain will like to participate. But anyway, moving on to more Wu-Tang.
Yep. Yep, and also came out of the coming album The Cycle Continues, which well, you know, don't you featuring Redman?
Yeah.
Called Lesson Learned, and like the song it features. Well, of course, I think the main Wu-Tang performer in here is Inspector Deck, which we're gonna say he did deliver a good bar when he said, you know very well, Betty swell, but you could tell he jail. Bryce hacking like the pills Mars Corelli sell.
Yep. Gotta love this and that fuck boy.
Yep. Yeah, like we'll say, this beat is very, it's very Wu-Tang classic. This is of course like this they are known for. It does have that old school vibe considering Inspector Deck start with I say 1, 2, 3 and 2 to 4, which okay, damn.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, like I said, this track is fucking solid. Like, Inspector Deck did good. I mean, Redman did a good verse here. Yeah, I mean, and I like that he shouted the producer Academics on the outro, which is like, yep, which he deserves because Academics who who the fuck am I saying? Mathematics. I'm confusing the wrong nigga. I'm confusing Mathematics, the guy who produces the song, gets a shout out, which he deserves because he did a solid thing.
Yes. I don't have much to add. It's just a, cool Wu-Tang song and all. And now, moving on to the last two songs this week. First up, we have the second release single from the Black Dahlia Murders' upcoming October 6th release, Nightbringers, with a track titled Matriarch. It's death metal-y as fuck, and a much more thrashing around, faster, blast beat heavy track than the title track that was the first release single. Yeah, this one just playing like fucking goes hard, some blazing fast drums and guitars shredding all over the place, including some more intense, like, just kind of rapid fire machine gun vocal passages. This is some quintessentially fast pummeling Black Dahlia Murder, and man, how did they still sound so good, man? I gotta buy this album. I gotta like put in what is it that the kids call when you like order a thing before it's actually out? That thing. Yeah, that. Yeah, good song.
Yeah. Great melody, great guitar hooks in this song. Especially, I love the drums as well. But the lyrics, it's a little bit cringy to me. I'm not quite a fan of the whole tearing up pregnant womb open thing, but, that's just me.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, these are the same guys who once wrote a song about that scene from The Evil Dead called Raped in Hatred by Vines of Thorns.
Yeah, still, not a big fan of the ultra-violent, gruesome, cringy-ass lyrics like that.
Well, then it looks like you're probably not going to enjoy the last song we have this week. But who knows? So, yeah, for our last song this week, it's been about 3 years since 2014, so 3 years. Yeah, I think we're right about the time where we're due for a new album from the death metal band to end all death metal bands. That's right, it's Cannibal Corpse. With their newest album, Red Before Black, announced for a November 3rd release date, and oh boy, Red Before Black? Are they describing the creative process behind illustrating their album covers? All of them? Because they don't know any other colors? Wait, red and black. Holy crap, Cannibal Corpse, are you guys anarcho-communists? You gotta let me know, man. I gotta talk, them dank things. But yeah, we of course have the first single from this album, complete with ridiculous schlocky music video, called Code of the Slashers. Is it a song about killing people? You bet it is, hoo boy!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, this is one of the groovier ones in the Cannibal Corpse catalog. Just swinging, slow, groovy, and chugging with the riffs and the, steady drum patterns right out of the gate. And then once it picks up to the verses, the tempo is more like, thrashy with, those fucking, DV drum blasts with those weird, off-tempo fills occasionally in there. Smoothing back and forth between that and the somewhat groovier chorus with those, steady tom fills and everything. This is, it's your typical Cannibal Corpse. Again, it's a nice mix of groovy, thrashy. It's very violent in its subject matter and its vocal performances and its general instrumentation. It's savage as hell. It's more or less refining what they've been doing, in the past into yet another solid tune. This is just prime Cannibal Corpse. A nice, good, fresh slab of skin meat, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Again, the lyrics to me aren't the biggest strong points to my ears. I'm not the biggest fan of super ultra violent mayhem kind of lyrics. But hey, that's just me. That's not an indictment on anyone else. That's just my own personal taste talking. But yeah, the song itself, it kind of starts off a little doomy at the beginning, with that slow pattern, but then it just builds and builds, and then it kicks into some typical blistering fast Cannibal Corpse goodness, which that is good for my ears. Most definitely.
Yeah, man. Man, there's just so much good death metal this year. Stalwarts, newcomers, and everything in between, man.
And yet we still have to deal with asking fucking Alexandria.
Look, we started off on a low note, but at least we managed to end on a high note. I could have very clearly ordered it so it was the other way around. So, give me some credit here. You're not giving me credit, are you?
No, I'm not. This is not a meritocracy.
Oh, come on. Look, dude, this is my podcast. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the king here, not you. My word is law.
Oh, yeah? Maybe you should come onto my podcast to see how I run things.
Oh, well, I would very much like to, sir. And maybe I'll bring my big Toblerone.
Good, you better.
Yeah,
because we're going to have 5 people, so we got to share it,
Yeah, clearly. So, that does it for the new song discussion this week. We're going to take a little break, and of course, when we come back, we got 3 news topics here. Not a lot, but there's some material there, so stay tuned. And we're back. So we only got 3 news topics here. Not a whole lot, but there's some stuff in here. So starting from the top, the Rolling Loud Festival, originally started as a hip-hop showcase rooted in Miami, Florida, has expanded to other territories, or at least that's part of its big plans going forward, its big high-minded goals. And we got the next big iteration of that, just to confirm. Rolling Loud Southern California, taking place December 16th and 17th at the Nos Events Center in San Bernardino, California, has just posted the lineup for that show, for that weekend. And the big headliner for that weekend is Future. That girl's a real crowd pleaser. Ray Shrimmer. Push me to the edge. Oh, my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. Waking up right to a two-piece. Yeah, Future, Ray Shrimmer, Lil Uzi Vert are some of your big ones. There's also Mr. I just want to say congratulations himself, Post Malone. 21. Savage. Young Thug. Kodak Black. Wow, that Triple X Tentacion? Like, is he going to be in jail by then? I'm pretty sure it's a court-mandated jail thing.
So basically two Florida fuckboy rappers. Well, actually three. Well, okay, actually three. You count Little Pump.
Oh boy, you got the holy triforce of crap. But yeah, B&B Rock, Lil Pump, Young Dolph, Rich the Kid, Famous Dex, Currency, Neff the Pharaoh, Lil Peep. Who else? IDK. So there's one nugget of gold in there. Maxo Cream. Who else? Oh boy, Ears and Bobo Sway.
Yeah,
that's all the names I recognize.
Yeah, I can't believe you meant Schoolboy Q. Or did you?
Wait, where?
At the top.
At the top. Like,
what do you mean at the top? I don't see Schoolboy Q anywhere.
Are you doing a bit?
No, really, I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I see his name next to Ray Shimmer and Uzi Vert. Like, he's
right above Post Malone.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing is a blur. Where the hell are you guys seeing this at?
I'm looking at the poster right now.
Oh wait, hang on, because I'm looking at an article on a website. Are you guys pulling this from like the actual site itself?
Yes.
Hang on.
And also there's some other names there, but they got blurred out for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, when did they unblur Schoolboy Q? When the fuck did that shit happen?
I don't know.
But you know what? I can tell you, I'm going to take a wild guess as to who the name right next to Post Malone is, and that is probably going to be motherfucking Joji. Bring back Joji vlogs.
No. Clearly, it's going to be Jared Dines because, that noisy video.
Yeah, that video. I know, we all saw. But yeah, it's a Rolling Loud festival, alright. I mean, you got, like, 2 rappers that are, like, really good, and then everyone else is just, like, meh. Yeah, that's real bang for your buck there, pal. But whatever, we're not going to this. Unless someone wants to give Mark a whole bunch of money.
Huh?
You think you're getting out of this one, boy.
Making Schoolboy,
hey.
Okay, making Schoolboy Cuban, maybe.
Hey, it could be worse. We could send him to the Bay Area Rolling Loud Festival with Travis Scott, Lil Wayne, Lil Yachty, Playboy Cardi, and yes, Schoolboy Q.
Actually, let's send him to both and see what happens.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next story, there's actually another festival going on that same weekend, and that is the third year annually of the Houston-based Day 4 Night Festival, taking place at the Post HTX venue in, Houston, from December 15th through December 17th. So, as far as the lineup, there's some pretty big names here, a nice mix of a whole bunch of stuff. So, starting from the top, we have 9 Inch Nails, Tom York, frontman of fucking Radiohead, I swear to God. Justice, St. Vincent, Tyler the Creator, James Blake, Jamie XX, Fantagram, Pussy Riot, because I assume they're not arrested for crimes of treason. Oh my god, Godspeed You, Black Emperor, fucking Cardi B. I hate that.
Hey, congrats on the number 1 single.
Are you sure that's a congratulations? Like, only by technicality. Like, woohoo, you dethroned Taylor Swift. You probably are still lame on your own right. Let's see. Perfume Genius, Sky Ferreira, Swag to the Maximum Bass God. Oh my god, you can fuck my bitch anytime. Here's an interesting one. Indie rockers of Montreal performing the entirety of their album Hissing Fauna, You Are the Destroyer. That's a good album, I will admit. Venetian Snares x Daniel Lanois, Kimbra, Tim Hecker, Shabazz Palaces, Andy Stott, Jay Lynn. Damn, this is looking like Mark's playlist, almost. What else? God, there's gotta be more names here.
Let's see,
Oh, Colin Hendrick. I thought it said Colin Stetson for a minute. Oh, hey, Boots, Jenny Haval, Solange, Earl Sweatshirt, and Kate Renata.
So it is my playlist.
Yeah.
You forgot one important act, though, Rob. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Motherfucking En Vogue.
Who the fuck is En Vogue?
How dare you?
What? I don't know everything. Well, you think because I am the host and producer of a music podcast on the internet, I'm supposed to be this bottomless encyclopedia of knowledge? That's why I have you two here.
You don't pay us enough to be that role.
Ha! Joke's on you. I don't pay you at all.
Exactly. Start paying us, and maybe we'll contribute a little bit more.
Hey, I'm not the one who runs the site, dude. Maybe you want to take it up with him.
Okay, Tyler.
Yeah, dude. Come on. But yeah, this is a pretty big lineup with a lot of good shit mixed in top to bottom. So,
Yep.
Anyone want to give the three of us money? Please? I promise just enough money to stay at like an Airbnb or something for like the weekend.
Oh, and one more thing. Portion of proceeds will go to the Greater Houston Community Foundation to assist, relief efforts to Hurricane Harvey. Just to get that out of the way.
Yeah, so you'll be helping with a good cause if you buy tickets to this festival, because they probably need the shit too. Like them, Mexico, Puerto Rico. It's just fucked all around. People need as much help as they can get everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Including Rolling Stone magazine. Yeah,
what?
this one news technically broke like last week. Like I think the day of we recording that week's episode, but it completely went under my radar. So the magazine is apparently set to sell off like a pretty substantial portion of its stock. Apparently, like its founder Jan Wenner is leaving the corporation. You know, he's going to be abandoning it for the first time pretty much since he founded the magazine back in 1967, back when he was fucking 21. So his controlling stake in the magazine is pretty much up for sale with anyone with big enough pockets to fucking buy this shit. So yeah, just roll that little factoid around in your head for a minute. Let it sink in. One of the biggest music publications of all time. Probably still the biggest. A magazine that, even with all the faults that it's had in terms of like bad stories and bad journalistic ethics, especially recently, is still kind of an institution in many respects. Changing hands from its original owner. That is going to change some shit.
Well, I have an offer for Rolling Stone. I will offer no more than $20 and a pack of gum.
Is it Big Red?
Actually, it's Haichu.
Oh, fuck that, man. You gotta make them a good offer, man. Like, see, $20 in Big Red, I'd let you buy my magazine for that.
$40. Okay, how about $40 in Juicy Fruit?
Ew, Juicy Fruit's fucking overrated. Just stick with the Big Red. I mean, remember what Ricky Bobby once said: if you don't shoot Big Red, then fuck you.
But yeah, Rolling Stone having some troubles like this. I can't say it's not unexpected, but yeah, times are changing. Personally, when Rolling Stone changed its format from that big magazine to a little more compact size, that was the beginning of the end for Rolling Stone, and that was almost 10 years ago.
Well, okay, beginning of the end, sure, but I don't think this is gonna be the thing that, like, I don't know, kills Rolling Stone. Because remember, this thing's been around for fucking 50 years, and it's still been a big thing,
Yeah.
even in the internet age, with, like, even in the age where other, like, you know, culture websites dedicated, like, music and even video games and stuff like, you know, Vice Magazine or Complex and all that springing around, Rolling Stone was still kind of considered, like, the essential tentpole. We maybe kind of got a glimpse of things changing in a different direction, especially given that I think last year Rolling Stone actually started like a subsection of their website dedicated exclusively to video game coverage for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I'm sure Rolling Stone will continue to live on as like an online outlet, like pretty much every other magazine outlet in the past 20 years has morphed into.
yeah, but the big question is, like, if it changes hands, presumably to some young upstart prick who probably has the misfortune of having tried to start a music festival once and having that explode into flames. Hi, Billy McFarland.
Oh.
Or maybe they get lucky and maybe some young upstart that's actually fiscally and ethically responsible actually buys this thing and it becomes, you know, kind of good again, maybe. But yeah, that's kind of weird to think, man. Like, who? Now you think about it, who actually would buy this shit anyway? I mean, Martin Shkreli's in prison, so obviously he can't.
I don't know. We need to do some research and find out if there are any magazine entrepreneurs around still.
Who knows? Maybe they can talk to Sean Evans from First We Feast. And then the entire magazine could just become dedicated to interviewing musicians. Well, it'll literally just become the world's most expensive home of hot ones. God, that show is so good. Man, I really need to buy that fucking Last Dab sauce. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, that's... Who would buy this? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, shit, this is pretty much coming up on the magazine's 50th anniversary, so, that's one way to celebrate your half-centennial. I can't wait for all of us to be discussing this in another 50 years from now when I'll be, 73.
Oh shit, that's...
We'll all be old and, like, still doing this podcast, and we're like, this week, Rolling Stone had to sell its shares again from the last time 50 years ago. Who pooped in my pants?
God, if we're still doing this in 50 years, I am going to put a bullet in my fucking head. I love you guys, but there's only so much one man can take.
Hey man, what you got against this podcast, dude? Come on, man.
I have aspirations and dreams too, you know. We gotta go to bigger and better things, like maybe taking this into hologram form, you know, where it just beams into your eyes and brain, and maybe your ear holes too, because, you know, audio.
Yeah, but see, you have never even shown your face before, so how the fuck is that supposed to work? Are they just gonna, like, I don't know, put, like, one of those fucking purge masks on in, like, your facial region?
It'll either be a Todd in the Shadows mask or the Laughing Man logo.
Yeah, wuss. See, at least I could show my face on the internet. But whatever. We're going on a tangent at this point. We're filling time. But yeah, we'll keep you updated if someone actually does step up to buy this thing, and we'll let you know what happens from there. So, that basically does it for all the news topics. So now there's just one last thing to take care of, and that is, of course, the new album releases for the week of September 29th, 2017. Starting from the top, we have another album from one of this year's Double XL freshmen, The Bigger Artist from A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's for you, Mark.
Yeah, that's his real name. His name is Artist.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
But, at the very least, we have a new solo album from MC Master Killa with Loyalty is Royalty, Inside My DNA. We have a new project thing of some kind, I'm not sure the nature of it, being released through Adult Swim on Thursday from rapper IDK, titled I Was Very Bad. I guess we'll know what that is once it comes out. And speaking of stuff that got the Adult Swim push, we have Neo Wax Bloom, the debut full-length album from up-and-coming brain feeder artist Igloo Ghost. Yeah, you know Igloo Ghost. He's the guy that does music. The Melon really likes him. Speaking of electronic music, we have the newest album from producer Fortet with New Energy. The newest album from punk rockers Propagandhi with Victory Lap. Noise rockers Proto Martyr with their newest release Relatives and Descent. We have the third full-length album from current day emo act The World is a Beautiful Place and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die with Always Foreign.
What the fuck? It's a long-ass name.
Well, it's emo, man. It's supposed to sound all depressing. It's like, I don't expect you to understand the genre. It's too complicated for your ears. We have a new album from pop singer Demi Lovato with Tell Me You Love Me, which, no. The newest album from Miley Cyrus titled Younger Now. And last, but certainly not least, the newest studio album from Primus with The Desaturating 7. And now, to clean house and get the hell out of here, so, Alex, where can they find you on the internets?
The same place you'll be able to find me for 52 episodes and counting, or of Azure pretty much everywhere, except if you want to send hate mail, send it to, well, Rob Barracuda.
Mark, what about you?
Of course, on the Twitter at Media, and on my own site, the One at thehype1.wordpress.com. And hey, guess what? I posted a new time of the season summer wrap up of what anime I thought was good and what I thought was shit. You got a hate mail from me? Send it to these two motherfuckers.
Oh, what? You think people are going to be mad at you just because you said that Hajimete no Gal is a good show? Well, they probably will.
Yeah, they probably will.
I don't even know if he liked that show. But anyway, as for me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rob Barracuda. Email me, robert@surrealresolution.com if you have any, questions, comments, inquiries, song requests, whatever the hell have you. Subscribe to the podcast on Google Play and iTunes. New audio-only episodes go up every Wednesday. Video goes up every Friday or so on my YouTube channel. Just search Rob Barracuda or Decibel Boost Podcast. Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell tab so you're always notified whenever new episodes of the podcast go up. And of course, this is the official music podcast at the website Surreal Resolution, which you can follow on Twitter at Surreal Rezo. Like us on Facebook and visit us www.surrealresolution.com and find the podcast on its own domain, decibelboost.surrealresolution.com, where you can listen to all previous 51 episodes of the show, as well as checking out the other great podcasts on the site. If you like gaming, check out The Training Stage. If you like movies, check out Salty Flakes. And if you like anime, check out Podcast O&A, where, as you know, I will be making a very forceful appearance on that show. Forcefully!
We have to talk about Neo Yokio. It's going to be painful and fun. So stay tuned.
Big Toblerones. Anyway, be sure to check out a lot of our great written content. I actually did a game review recently for this game called Maze. Pretty humorous game about corn. And yes, I do make the Aqua Teen Hunger Force joke. Which one? Well, you'll have to just read the review. It's not different at all! Is it, Steve? I'm not going to do a laugh. Be sure to jump into our Discord chat if you ever want to date it up with us. And of course, shout out to the producer, Mr. E, for graciously letting me use his music for this podcast. Links to his shit down in the description. Well, that'll about do it for this week. So, until next time, Tia Frele! Shit, why isn't this working?